This episode of Royal Key is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline.ag is more than just an online betting platform. They boast a focus on the player approach and have built their reputation on offering clients nothing but the best. From cutting-edge technology, enticing promotions, and the latest sports betting odds, BetOnline, the best online betting site on the internet. Also, stay tuned to the end of the episode to find out how to win a pair of custom Boston Celtics ice slides.
What's going on, world? Brand new episode of Royal Key there on your screen. I'm your host, George Kill, and I'm here in Boston with the Celtics CTO, Jay. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good, thank you. What Chris doing?
So, a lot of people watch our Royal Key episode, and I never sit down in an intro. So why are we sitting down here today?
We're sitting down because these are really special chairs. These are original chairs from the old Boston Garden that we resurrected when the building came down, and we mounted them on old original garden parquet, and we use them as a museum piece here in the new entrance to the Auerbach Center. So this is the main entrance, the guest and public and media entrance to the Auerbach Center, our new practice facility, and we tried to create this feeling of the arena of the Boston Garden, both a little bit of the old garden, a little bit of the new garden, as well as create just a new high-tech entrance to the facility with the LED signage and the LED video boards, as well as the banners and some old imagery. So here we are up on the 6th floor. This is our main entrance, the lobby entrance upstairs to the administrative offices. So we come in here, again, we use a parquet floor here.
And how great was it working with New Balance? I know they're the backer of it.
So I have a really good relationship with the New Balance. They have a division called New Balance Development that does building and development. That's what they do, is real estate stuff. And those are the guys that actually did this building, and we worked really closely, and it was great. I mean, almost 4 years ago, we started the conversations about a practice facility in conjunction with them. In this upstairs lobby, we wanted another homage to Red Auerbach. So instead of the big signature, here we just did this gigantic mural of red on the wall, classic on the court, Russ next to him smoking a cigar. And we actually then took a little artistic license, and we took the smoke and we extended it across the glass to Coach Stevens' door just for fun. This is the Players Lounge. We wanted to create a lounge that did two purposes. We wanted to have a place where they could relax, have some fun, in this case, play some pool, watch the TV wall, and then as we go around the TV wall, you'll see that we also created a place where they can sit and dine. Seeing the court is huge. This is a basketball practice facility. We wanted people to make sure they were always focused on basketball, and particularly practicing basketball and training and working out. So we wanted to keep it as open as possible.
This control panel here, what happens here?
So you're gonna see there's a lot of these. These are all over the facility, but this is what controls the AV in the space, and most of the rooms have one of these.
You have to explain these chairs here.
So these were specially designed for basketball players. You can see they're a little big for you and me. We took a design point of the normal human being and we added a few inches in every direction. And then another Walter McCarty story. He was actually the guinea pig of the test one of these chairs to see how he fit. He's a pretty average, close to 7-foot guy, maybe he's more than that. So I put him in one of these chairs and he's like, yeah, this is about the right proportions for a 7-footer. On the other side, we go into the players' dining. What we want to do is create a comfortable place for the players to eat and also relax. So we've got a bunch of different kinds of seating in here. We have table seating, and these tables are flexible. They can be moved together. If the whole team wanted to eat together at one big table, they all slide together and the whole team can fit around the table. Or some people can sit in smaller tables. We have this counter bar table here where people can eat. And we also have this lounge area where people can sit and eat and game or watch TV here. So all of these different spaces within this one area so the players can be comfortable.
And then the retractable windows here.
The window that opens so that if a player's up here and he's eating and he wants to heckle the other players that are shooting, it's a nice miss, they can yell right out here.
One attention to detail I'm noticing, it says do what you do best repeatedly. Is that a Boston quote, Celtics quote, or is it just a motivational quote? What is it?
Wick, who's our owner, Wick Grossbeck, he brought in designers to help us with the touches, especially in the player areas, into lawyer interiors, and they came up with the idea of putting these sayings on the carpet, and they came out great. This one in the Celtics carpet, Celtics pride underneath the pool table, are just phenomenal little touches.
The amenities kitchen-wise.
We have two major areas. This area is self-serve or prepared food that might be put out for a player. There's a salad bar here that's going to be live 24/7. Then we've got our major kitchen. We hired a chef about a year ago. He's a full-time chef and nutritionist. So this is a place where he can cook breakfast and he can pass food to the players, or if he's got a buffet, a bunch of dishes out, he can keep them warm here. And behind us is a full restaurant-style kitchen, and we'll cater to the arena out of this kitchen, and we'll cater to the airplane out of this kitchen.
Yeah.
So it's the first time we've had such an expansive kitchen. We're standing here in part of our hospitality or flex space. So this space can be used for multiple purposes. So right now we're set up for press conference. We could do catering events, corporate events, sponsor events right here. As we come further down the hospitality and flex space, we're in this tighter but still open space. It's the Optum Lounge. So having a facility of this size lets us do some branding with our sponsor partners. So if they have a party here doing viewing or whatever, they've got these lounge seating here as well as the counter seating where they can see the court. This is the cardio bridge. So most of the cardio equipment is up here, treadmills, bikes, climbers. Alter G is a treadmill where you can actually reduce the weight load on a player when he's rehabbing. So if you've got a lower extremity injury, you run on the Alter G and you can reduce your body load from, instead of 100% of your load on the treadmill, maybe only 50% or 70% of your load as you rehab and strengthen the injury. But we wanted the cardio bridge to be inviting so that players don't think it's a chore to be here and run or ride or whatever. So if they're rehabbing, they can watch practice go on from up here, or if they're not rehabbing, they're just working out, they still have a nice view of the court. We've got the banners that are hanging in the windows so you can see them from the Mass Pike below. But an unintended consequence was, but they're so large, and we actually ended up with them so close to you that you never anywhere where you're this close to the banners. This is the first time where you could actually be there. You could almost touch them. You're that close to the banners, and they're much more impressive being that close. So this is the weight room or a training room, and it's a combination of conventional weight workout and some compressed air-based machines that do resistance using compressed air, some turf for running, we've got some hurdles, we've got some sleds. So we wanted to create a bigger, more comfortable and open training area.
Right. And you mentioned spaces being flexible in this venue. This is perfect for golfing as well.
So we put in the little putting green here as well, a little one hole. I want to make sure I could make it. But nice. Danny's a huge golfer, and so it was a little surprise that I did for Danny by putting in the putting hole on the turf. Once we added all the turf, we're like, oh, we need a putting hole.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're here with Jason, the facilities manager of the new center. Jason, tell us, what does a facilities manager do?
In my role specifically, it's a little bit of a hybrid of a facilities role and of a IT role to some extent too. I'll be taking care of everything from the court maintenance to maintenance of the strength and conditioning gear to maintenance of the pools, which you'll see in a moment. But then this building also is fairly high tech. Everything from the lights on the court to shade controls to control sunlight coming into the facility. It's all computer controlled. So I come from a technical background, which will help me come in with a better understanding on how a lot of these systems operate. In this area, we have a cold tub, a hot tub, and a therapy pool.
And the players spend most of their time in which one?
I think the trainers would like it more in the cold tub than the hot tub, but the hot tub's there for their enjoyment. The therapy pool really has 3 different levels. There's a 4-foot level that runs along the far side, a 5-foot level on the side, and then at the end there's a 7-foot level of the pool. There's a lot of custom furniture that was done here, so there's teak chairs and teak benches in here that were all custom designed and built here locally. Coming off of the hydrotherapy area, we have a saltwater float tank. In the saltwater float tank, it's basically a sensory deprivation tank. You can control your session with your own meditation music or music off of your phone. Starlights at the top that you can control colors on, as well as the colors that will illuminate into the water. The float tank has about 500 gallons of water and about 1,100 pounds of salt. In here, we've entered the nap room. We have 3 relax the back chairs. In these chairs, you can watch TV or put on your own music. There's wireless headphones in here to take advantage of. There's black curtains to slide in between if you want some privacy while you're watching your show or listening to your music. And you can recline fully all the way back in these chairs.
So it's like the chair becomes a bed. Yeah, I'm sure Coach Stevens doesn't want him in here too much. Okay, so now we're here with Johnny J, head equipment manager of the Boston Celtics. What's going on, my man?
All good. Welcome.
You're a pillar in Boston Celtics lore. You've been here how long?
22 seasons. Couldn't ask for a better place to work, better people to work for.
Definitely. Well, let's go check it out.
You walk into this very modern locker room. You'll see that Jay, who designed the place, has state-of-the-art televisions and AV equipment everywhere you turn around. The lockers themselves, it's more than you could ask for.
Definitely. Now give me a few differences between the previous locker rooms and these.
Well, if you've covered our home games, you see how small our game locker room is. To come down here and have this type of locker space, it's incredible.
Now I'm gonna put you on the spot, JJ. Who is the most high maintenance guy when it comes to apparel and footwear on the team?
I don't know about if high maintenance is the word, but Kevin Garnett, he ran the locker room, and you never had to worry about anything with that guy because he would call out a 10-year guy in the league, Shaq, hey, pick your stuff up, and he was how you kept the locker. Kevin was an unbelievable guy to have around because he helped you police the thing. He always had, the equipment guys back as far as you shouldn't have to do that. Players got to police themselves.
Now, one thing I'm noticing in this locker room area, I couldn't help but notice the barber chair.
I think of this barber chair, I think about one player, I think about Brandon Bass. He was the one that would bring in his barber. He would set up in our smaller locker room with just a regular chair. But I give B. Bass the credit, this being a part of it, because he kind of introduced it to the Celtics of getting all the guys haircuts. So here we are, as spick and span as it gets, not only because it's brand new, but the way the color grabs you, all the bells and whistles, the sponsorship clearly noted with the team logo. A huge thing for Coach Stevens and his staff is 2 courts. As far as a coach's workstation, I don't think you're going to top this.
Now, one of the things for Boston that everyone knows is the wood.
The parquet floor is in the traditional style.
Totally different, yeah.
Of the arena. So they basically have copied everything and made it better somehow. The old adage of keeping up with the Joneses, I think the Celtics have blown away the Joneses. Coach Stevens, he loves, film preparation. We have one of the best video guys in the business, my buddy Norm. You'll see a lot of this in colleges because they have boosters who just write checks.
Of course.
This reminds me of like a state-of-the-art college video room, which I don't think you see a lot in pro sports, or at least not yet. And as you can see with all the storage that we have, it'll really come in handy because, some of the players would get a shipment of maybe 100 pairs of shoes. Having the storage here, put some in the road bag, take some to the arena, and then we got plenty of room to run our operation. One funny thing was Pierce would always come to my room. The locker room at the arena is probably this size, and we'd have all kind of stuff in it, and he'd call it the dungeon. Well, this is no longer the dungeon. This is pretty state-of-the-art, pretty cool.
Thanks again to betonline.ag for sponsoring this episode of Royal Key. Join them today and use the promo code ROYALKEY for a 50% welcome bonus. Again, that's betonline.ag. Make sure to subscribe to youtube.com/Korsky Media to see more Royal Key episodes. Follow @Korsky Media on Instagram and Twitter to find out how to win a pair of custom Boston Celtics ice slides, in which you'll be able to add accents like your name, favorite number, and more. Big thanks to our friends at iSlide. You can visit them at iSlideUSA.com to see more of what they have available.